Picture this. You're scrolling through TikTok, minding your own business, and suddenly, your whole For You page is just Nigerians and South Africans screaming, crying, laughing, and throwing imaginary punches. All because Orlando Pirates lost to Pyramids FC in the CAF Champions League semifinal second leg.
Orlando Pirates supporters, let me show you something. You people lose today because of me. Yes, I'm just going to say it very, very well. You lose today because of me and also because of Kaizer Chiefs supporters. But mostly because of me, because today I was supporting you people. And you know me very, very well. Anywhere I go, it is Baroque. Anywhere I go, it is Baroque. As you see me like this, my name is Minister of Baroque. And just for today, I decided to support you people because of my wife. My wife, she was threatening me. She said, I will not give you nyasho if you don't support Paga Paga. I said, no, baby, me and my mankosi. She said, no, I want you to be supporting Paga Paga. If you don't support Paga Paga today, I will not give you nyash. And so today, I supported Paga Paga. And you see now, Paga Paga has been Paga Paga. So it's not my fault. I knew very, very well that I'm full of back rock. But my wife, I tried the explanation to her. She don't want to listen. Go and blame her. Don't blame me. Our relationship has been scattered because of this. She said I came and gave her shin back rub, whereas she was the one who forced me. So Orlando Pirates supporters, please. And my hand is not in this one, no. It is my ancestors who did this one, not me. Please. Don't forget to like and share one love.
Orlando Pirates are out of the CAF Champions League. Tough times, guys. Tough times. And for you guys out there, the Buccaneers, the Bucks, the happy people, such a sad day for you guys. You had the best defense before today's game, and you met the best attacking side. But then, you couldn't hold your line so strong for this best attacking side. One will also say that the game was buried with tactics. Rivero did not get it right, and that was what caused the big issue for today's game. For the bench, the Pyramids had a better bench, and when they were brought in, it was the big difference because Shobi got in and immediately got that header that equalized the game. Awujola, the Nigerian, came into the late hours, and we saw how he first made the attempt, but then Fisting Mayele did the rebound, and it was over for Orlando Pirates. Tough time, guys. But then you need to lift your head up, because to make it to the finals of the CAF Champions League, you know they're easy. It comes with pains. You need to feel the pains right now and improve the squad. There are no two ways about it. This squad needs to be improved for you to get to the promised land. Tough time. You're gonna use that energy now, Orlando Pirates. Go forth. You have the Nedbank Cup, and you also have that chance. Yes, it might be slim to get to the top position of the league. That is football. Football will deal with you. It will make you suffer. But then you need to look ahead, look into the future, and claim that your possession. Enough of the preaching. I love you guys.
Orlando Pirates fans, there is nothing wrong if you cry. It is not wrong. Papa Wawa has told you. You are a disgrace to South Africa. Imagine Kaizer Chiefs against Pyramids. It would have been 3-0. Pyramids cannot qualify against Kaizer Chiefs. Even if Kaizer Chiefs are 10th in the league, they will still beat Pyramids. But you see what we are talking about here. What we're talking about here is the vision. A visionless team, a visionless squad, a visionless coach. This is how you end up. Now, you're not going to win that. You're not going to win Nedbank Cup. You're not going to win nothing. What is your season all about? And you know what? I have one more thing to say to you. Don't be scared to cry.
Tiwo, ona loko shere kung telele ni pose ngife. Telele ni pose ngife.
Mangabeke izinto zimi kanje. Ikhishi liphethwa abasendiya. Ubaba ngishujeqe ke manje. Ubaba ngishamanzi.
Can someone explain to me how Orlando Pirates lost this game? I mean, you go up the first time, they equalize. You go up the second one, they equalize. I mean, you already had the away goal on your side. You already led the game twice, and somehow you still lost. Now, don't get me wrong, the Pyramids were actually better in terms of overall play. They were actually better than Pirates, right? Or, okay, maybe I won't say they were outrightly better. They were kind of equal because Pirates had a lot of good attack also. But my problem is this is a team I have praised so long about their defensive output. Like, I am really disappointed that they somehow found a way to concede 3 goals today. 3 goals in a game that is more or less a do or die for you to get to the final. And the first final you'll be entering is in over, 12 years? It is just baffling. It's just baffling. I don't blame a colleague that said that Orlando Pirates are the Arsenal of the PSL. I don't really understand how. Like, I've been racking my head to understand how, because I have already been celebrating an All South African Champions League final, and somehow it just didn't happen. Out of nowhere, it just didn't happen. Now, like I said initially, shout out to the Pyramids team, because they were, anyone who watched both legs know that they were the best team over the 2 legs. There is no doubt about it. They were the best team over the 2 legs. And if you can remember after the first leg, I actually said I was quite scared for the Pirates, because these people actually played Orlando Pirates away when they were away. You understand? And now, coming to their home, I knew it was going to be a difficulty. And consider this is one of those clubs in Egypt that don't really have fans. So they didn't even have the fans to actually back them up. But they still kind of found a way to outplay Pirates today and come back from a deficit twice to win the game. Another thing I did not understand was Pirates defending of corners. Their defending in corners were just shambolic today. Almost every time they played a corner, I was afraid that it was going to be a goal. I mean, they had one that was even saved in the line by the Pirates defender. You understand? I think it was the Pirates captain. It was just weird. The way their corner defense today was just terrible. And lo and behold, the third goal was still scored from a corner. It was just let me know what you thought about the game in the comment section. I will just see you guys at the next one.
I call Pirates the biggest big game team because they have a respect for moments. What Pirates had done this season was not to allow their egos to win. Fukeng can play, Kota can play, Tito can play, all of those players can play. But what they had mastered this season was discipline. And this game was a game where they let their egos win. They saw Pyramids playing, they wanted to play as well. They saw Pyramids open, they wanted to open them as well. But the truth about African football, at the CAF level, at AFCON level, is that boring wins. If you look at what Pirates have been doing up to this point, they were boring. It wasn't coming from great play. It wasn't coming from, back and forth. And the truth of the matter is that, to be honest, we don't have good enough finishers to be playing ping pong football. Pyramids is one of the highest scoring teams in Africa. You weren't going to outscore them with a team that barely plays the football that they displayed today. And this again goes to prove that this better football, this beautiful football, this exciting football does not win you games. Not in the CAF Champions League. And I'm so sad and disappointed.
Bafetu, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I haven't been able to sleep. The way we lost the Pyramids FC, guys, it's I feel like it's not fair. Okay, not fair in the sense that we had the game. Like, we were challenging those guys. I honestly feel as if like tactics let us down. You can't introduce Dlamini and Maswangai when we were giving those guys a run for their money. Unkota and Mufokeng were giving those guys like a run. We were literally, like those guys, we literally had them against the wall. You understand? And for us to cock it up at the last minute like that, not to blame anyone there, but if you can look at the third goal, who's this Fistos Maele was not challenged. And for me, if we had introduced like maybe a defensive player or whatnot, I feel like we just could have just defense. Like, guys, we're winning, we're away from home. Faga ultra defense, Fanga Yonkinto. Like, I'm so disappointed, guys.
It was not meant to be. It was not meant to be. Pyramids beat Orlando Pirates 3-2, and there's lots to talk about. Essentially, Pirates took the lead through a beautiful volley from Mufokeng. But a few minutes later, just before halftime, Pirates concede from a cross. Now, that is unforgivable. We know in football you are most vulnerable when you've scored. And we've just scored. Just be solid. See it through to halftime. Get us to halftime with the lead. We don't do that. Immediately after halftime, we score though. Nkota, a brilliant long-range strike from outside of the box. 5 minutes later, we concede again. Again, conceding after we've just scored is unforgivable. Again, from a cross. Coach Jose Rivero's sub, I think, is also at the wrong time. But apparently, maybe Van Rooyen is injured. He brings on Shandu for right back. It's a long cross from a free kick, and it's a header. Literally attacking that back post. So that wasn't good. But there's a chance. There's a corner again. It's another cross. Header comes in. Sipo Chain just palms it into danger, straight into traffic. He doesn't palm it away to safety. And for me, that was not good enough from Sipo Chain. I've never seen Orlando Pirates defense so weak, so vulnerable, so shaky. Maybe the occasion was bigger than the players. Maybe the pressure of hearing that Sundowns has qualified for the final added to it. But Pirates played well this game. Getting 2 away in Pyramids is usually enough to win the game. But we've never even seen Pirates concede many times 3 goals. Pirates have never lost in the CAF Champions League, so we have to give them credit for a beautiful campaign. It was just not meant to be. They get knocked out literally 2 games before winning the trophy. We have to applaud the players, the coach. It's been a very difficult season, a long season for Pirates. They've played many games, not too much rotation. They were still at this point in shout for winning 4 trophies. The league MTN 8 already secured, and they also in the Nedbank Cup final, so it was very difficult. So congratulations to the players for the efforts. We appreciate it. Scoring 2 goals away goals. A draw would have been fine at any point, but we lose it due to lack of concentration, due to having our worst defensive performance of the season in the CAF Champions League. Pirates have never even lost. This is the first loss, and it becomes costly. In games like this, in moments like this, in times like this, semi-finals against the best in Africa is where your mistakes get punished, and our mistakes were punished. It's as simple as that. I also thought Coach Jose Rivero shouldn't have subbed Mahopa. We needed the height for the long balls for the final 5 minutes of this game to try steal something. But it was not meant to be. It is Sundowns against Pyramids in the final. And to be honest, Pyramids were the better team. They deserve it. They attacked us in both legs. I think first leg was tight. Pirates, I think, maybe shaded it. We hit the post. But overall, over the 2 games, I think Pyramids were better. So fair play to them. They win it. No one was robbed. No one was cheated. So yeah, good effort from Pirates, but it was not meant to be an all-South African final. What do you think?
Well, my pastor said that if you want to cry, you cry. But then, mind you that there are limits to this, okay? When you are done crying, you need to think. Have a deep think and analyze things for yourselves. Right now, yeah, it's a tough time for all Pirate fans around the world. But then, you need to keep your head up. See, I will see it and I see it again. The big difference between, and I call it big, the big difference between Mamelodi Sundown and Orlando Pirates is the bench. Pirates don't have the quality of bench that Mamelodi has. This video is not about
doing comparative analysis between these two sides. But guys, check out today's game. What came out of the bench of Orlando Pirates versus what came out of the bench of Mamelodi Sundowns? That is the difference. Even for Pyramids, what came out from their bench? Today, the best defense did not do the best that they could today. We know them as holding their lives, but today it was a bit of catastrophe. Those goals, especially the last goal, couldn't have been considered. In fact, even the second goal couldn't have been considered if they were on their guard and they were fully concentrated.
If it was possible, I would build a statue of Mayele outside my yard. Right by my gate, there would be a statue of Mayele there. Because wow, what a player. You have made my year. Oh my God, my weekend can start. God bless Pyramids FC. God bless that entire football club. God bless thee. I was praying for a double successful hate watch today, but it's fine. One is better than nothing. And in fact, that one is the most important one, because Sundowns going through does not mean as much to me as Pirates losing. Oh my goodness, my weekend can start. This is why I need Kaizer Chiefs to put their act together, because we need to put the final nail in their coffin. They're not winning the league. They're out of the CAF Champions League. We must take that Nedbank Cup away from them as well. Please.
I think if we were to be honest, the game between Pyramid FC and Orlando Pirates was the game of the tournament. This is probably a desire and a wish of every, African who follows football on this continent. They would want our matches to be like this, toe to toe, an open game. Not this nonsense we have been subjected to for all these years. One team parking the bus, the train, and the helicopter. By far, by a mile, this was my game of the tournament. Hard luck to the South Africans, Orlando Pirates. They are bowing out, having done extremely well. I mean, for a coach to play these youngsters, Rele Mofokeng, the best young player in CAF Champions League in this edition, and then Mohaung Kota also said, I am here, recognize me. Disappointing that Orlando Pirates conceded all of their goals, either via a diagonal ball and then a cross and a corner. They defended very poorly all those crosses, whether they came via corner, diagonal, or just a cross in a game. And I think a person that will be very disappointed with his performance this night will be a Thapelo Xhoki. CBC was sleeping on duty on that first goal. I think a person that will say he received justice for some of the goals that were denied in the first leg will be the Congolese Fiston Mayela. Notice that the three midfielders that started the first leg didn't have as much influence in this game. Belkati, Lashil, and Toure. But a cock that came from the bench, that number 10, Sobi Ramadan. What a header. How does the position of a Thapelo Xhoki, the position even of a Sipochain in that second goal, for me, it was really disappointing. But let me just make this point, and the full review will be on my YouTube channel tomorrow morning. I think Hugo Bruce, I know he said he'll be giving some new players on the friendlies that will be played somewhere in June. I think Mohaung Kota probably might be a player that has to replace a Pesitao. Pesitao is on the other side of his career. He is not doing well for the national team. He has not done well for a number of games. With a Mohaung Kota, you've got speed, you've got intelligence, you've got a skill. The boy's got a heart
brave enough to even take shots outside goal. I remember the goal he scored in Algeria against Belouizdad, and he's been continuing with this trend. Relemu Fukeng, I think Hugo Bruce must just start the ball. He's proven himself during the group stages of CAF Champions League and knockout stages that he's got a big heart. You know, if he's in and around the box, he's got an assist in him, he's got a goal in him. I'm very proud of what I've witnessed with how Orlando Pirates had conducted themselves during this campaign of CAF Champions League. Hard luck to them, and the final between Pyramid FC and Mamelodi Sundowns will be a killer one. You know, these Pyramid FC, they are brave, they are fearless, they variate the game in many ways. Whether you've packed a bus against them or you're willing to take toe-to-toe against them, they are ready.
Welcome to the emotional roller coaster you didn't know you needed, but absolutely cannot look away from. First of all, let's set the scene. Orlando Pirates, one of South Africa's proudest football clubs, came into the second leg with dreams bigger than a TikTok influencer's follower count. They had their eyes on the CAF Champions League trophy like it was the last plate of jollof rice at a wedding. South African fans were hyped. Nigerians, well, they were watching closely too, because let's be honest, Nigerians will always find a way to be involved, whether it's football, food wars, or who invented the first dance move. The match kicks off. Spirits are high. Pirates fans are already preparing their celebratory TikToks. There were people recording pre-celebration videos, practicing their victory dances, doing the shaku shaku and the Zulu warrior poses, everything. They just knew Pirates were going to sail to victory. But Pyramids FC had other plans. Big, rude plans. They came in like that one cousin at a family gathering who ruins the party by bringing up unpaid debts. Slowly but surely, they started chipping away at the Pirates' confidence. First goal, silence. Second goal, anxiety. Third goal, you could literally hear phones being thrown across South Africa. And that's when TikTok exploded. South African fans were posting reaction videos faster than lightning. Some were in shock, staring into the camera like they had just witnessed a crime. Others were dramatic, lying on the floor, clutching their Orlando Pirates jerseys like a long-lost love. There were guys singing sad gospel songs. Girls threatening to delete TikTok. One guy even started packing his bags, saying he's moving to Egypt to join Pyramids FC because he's tired of disappointment. Meanwhile, the Nigerian fans, oh boy, the Nigerian fans were living their best lives. They took over the comment sections, laughing, dancing, and posting memes faster than you could say, up Nipa. Some Nigerians were even wearing Egyptian pharaoh hats, claiming honorary pyramid citizenship for the day. It was pure chaos. Hilarious, petty, beautiful chaos. But not all Nigerians were laughing. Some were Pirates fans too, especially those who support African football in general. They were heartbroken, posting teary-eyed videos talking about how they believed in the Pirates and how the dream had been snatched away. You had Nigerians comforting South Africans, and others absolutely roasting them. It was the ultimate sibling rivalry energy. And then came the TikTok duets. South Africans crying, Nigerians reacting with dancing memes. South Africans smashing their remote controls, Nigerians stitching the videos with, "It's not that deep, bro." But it was that deep. For Pirates fans, it felt like a personal betrayal. For Pyramids fans, it was a historic moment. And for neutral fans, it was prime entertainment. People started analyzing the game like detectives. South African TikTok football analysts were breaking down every missed pass, every defensive error, every coaching decision. One guy even made a conspiracy theory video claiming that Mercury being in retrograde was the reason Orlando Pirates lost. And you know what? After that performance, people were ready to believe anything. Meanwhile, on Nigerian TikTok, it turned into a full-on party. DJs were remixing the highlights. Influencers were pretending to be Pyramids FC fans since birth. Someone even wrote a diss track. No one was safe. But as the dust started to settle, something beautiful happened. Both South African and Nigerian fans started laughing with each other. People were tagging their friends from the other side, saying things like, "You good bro?" "Nah, I'm not okay but thanks for checking." "Same bro." Same. It turned into one big continental group therapy session. And of course, the memes were next level. Memes of Pirates players photoshopped into scenes from Titanic. Memes of South African fans being airlifted by Egyptian pyramids. Memes of Nigerians holding South African flags and crying fake tears with captions like, "We in this together, fam." Some South Africans took the loss in stride, posting videos of themselves switching allegiance to Mamelodi Sundowns and saying things like, "I was never a Pirates fan anyway, I just liked their colors." Others were like, "It's okay, Pirates. We still love you. We just need therapy now, that's all." And the Pyramids FC fans. They finally got their moment of glory. Egyptian TikTok joined the party, posting victory dances, waving their country's flags, and showing love to the whole continent for giving them the stage to shine. What's crazy is how this one match, this one semifinal, managed to unite people across borders in the most chaotic, emotional, hilarious way possible. It wasn't just about football anymore. It was about pride. It was about loyalty. It was about community. And most of all, it was about having a good time, even when your team didn't come out on top. Drifting into the aftermath, there were calls for Orlando Pirates to rebuild stronger. South Africans were already hyping up next season like Avengers planning a comeback. Nigerians were promising to support any South African team that faces Pyramids next, but of course with a cheeky, "Unless they start losing again, then we're switching sides." Even brands jumped on it. Some TikTok brands started offering Heartbreak discounts for Orlando Pirates fans. One pizza place posted, "Buy one, cry one free for all Pirates supporters." Savage but genius marketing. And let's not forget the TikTok challenges that emerged. There was the Pirates Pain Challenge, where fans showed their saddest reactions to the loss. There was the Pyramids Party Challenge, where people celebrated with the most ridiculous dance moves possible. It was like TikTok gave everyone a way to heal, or at least distract themselves. In the end, Orlando Pirates may have lost the match, but the real winners were all of us who got front row seats to one of the funniest, most emotional, most unforgettable moments on TikTok this year. So next time you see South African and Nigerian flags side by side on TikTok, just know it's all love, laughter, and a little bit of healthy competition. Football isn't just about goals and trophies. It's about the memories we make, the friends we roast, and the TikToks that will live forever. And let's be real, if you didn't laugh, cry, and duet at least once during this whole saga, were you even really on TikTok? Now, the only question left is, who's ready for the next season? Because if this was just the semifinal drama, imagine what's coming next.